I've been told for a long time that I should have been in the sex industry for other reasons. Oh. Actually.
Is this from partners?
This is from partners.
Wow, okay.
So, I was hospitalised recently from coming.
Hang on, this show can't end.
It's just a quick...
Jesus. Made me jump.
I think I pulled a face then as well.
Welcome to Under the Sheets with me, Tatiana Ashbourne, and all my friends. Laugh about it. Give it to me, baby. Learn about it. Love it or hate it. Let's do it. Under the Sheets with Tatiana Ashbourne and friends. Welcome to Under the Sheets with Tatiana Ashbourne and friends, brought to you by Dirty Talk. I'm Tatiana Ashbourne, and this is my friend. This is Tom, everybody.
Hello, everybody. How's that?
Thank you for coming in my bed.
Thank you for coming in your bed. Thank you very much for letting me come in your bed.
Haven't come yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Yet to come. And so, what made you want to do the show?
I saw you online. I think we've known each other via some friends.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and I am vaguely involved in the sex industry.
Yes, we'll get to that.
And it seemed to make sense to maybe come along and have a little bit of a chat. You seem quite intrigued about how I ended up being where I am.
Yeah, I was so intrigued.
So, yeah, this is it.
Perfect.
Really.
Okay, we'll get to all of this. First of all, this is your light from your bedroom.
Yes. Yeah, the request is to take something that makes your bedroom your bedroom. I couldn't take my bed with me.
Okay.
Because that's the most important thing.
Of course.
But yeah, lighting.
It looks like the Pixar lamp.
It
does
does
look
like the Pixar lamp. Well, it's one of the it's a proper original. Lamp, and I can't remember the name of them now, but I've got two, one other side. And
Very cool.
You just got to get the lighting right, haven't you? Get the mood
so
right.
it does set the mood, the lighting.
Yeah.
Okay. And you say the bed is the most important part. Are you ever having sex not in a bed?
Most of the time, actually, it's not in a bed.
No? Okay, tell me more.
I think it's where as the mood hits you, it can be anywhere around the house, and it's probably more fun and exciting in different places.
Okay, what's the best location?
Kitchen countertop.
Okay.
Are the height's right?
Yes.
Yeah, height's right. And if you've got someone who's flexible, it all works.
Okay.
Works quite well.
Yeah, is it in like an island kitchen, or is it?
It can be any kitchen countertop. It's just sometimes if you're going for too long, you can get cramp in your calf muscles sometimes. But yeah, that's a good one that works.
Very good. And outside the house?
Outside, yeah. Outside sometimes.
Anywhere in particular?
My daughter's probably going to be watching this, so everywhere outside.
Yeah, everywhere outside? Okay, we'll stick with that.
Yeah.
What turns you on?
A smile.
Yes.
Intelligence, good conversation.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You've got to have a good banter back. And laughter.
Yes. Yeah.
Laughter.
Well, I tick all those off, me personally. So.
Excellent.
When you want me. What's on your sex playlist?
Sex playlist. Go on, explain more.
So, do you listen to a certain type of music?
I used to actually. I don't know. Yeah, it rarely gets put on. There'd normally be some kind of chill out music or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think music's not a part of my sex life as such anymore. Although music is a big part of my life. Love music, and most of the time it's always on in the background somewhere. But I don't go for like Luther Vandross or anything like that to sort of get a mood going.
Is it a bit awkward without having music when you're sleeping with someone?
No, not at all. No, it's nice. You can, you're just getting involved with that person. And I don't think you need to sort of block out any random noises with music playing. No,
I get that, definitely. But sometimes the sound effects I find it's a bit too much.
They can be, can't they? I'm not a noisy lovemaker.
Okay, what do you do?
The occasional moan or grunt will come out every now and then.
Yes.
but that's about it. And yeah, too much noise from the other person can be too much at times.
Yeah.
You know, it's you know, porn star sex where they're making too much noise can actually be very off-putting.
Yeah, I get that. Do you like them to say something?
Occasionally, yeah, but not constantly. You don't need commentary whilst you're having sex.
No.
You know, an occasional pointer every now and then if they want you to carry on doing something or want you to change something, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, it's a little bit of communication is good.
Yeah, definitely.
Knowing when they're going to come is good.
If they're going to come.
When they're going to come is good. Because you're trying to hold back because you want to. The idea of sex is that you both have full enjoyment, isn't it? Okay, you've got to try and hold back as much as you can to make sure that they come as well.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Is it something that you pleasure them before it comes to you, or is it both at the same time?
It can vary. More often, it's both at the same time.
Okay.
If some sexual partners maybe they do need a lot more pleasuring beforehand to get in the mood and ready. Yeah.
Have you always been open talking about sex?
Yeah.
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 Why is that?
Why? I don't.
Because it's not common, I suppose.
Okay, so I'll say I'm open about talking about sex. It's not a conversation that happens every day in the pub. We don't talk intimate secrets about it. I don't share intimate details about my partners with friends. But when I'm with someone, talking about sex is something which you've got to do. It's not taboo, is it? You're having sex with the person. You need to know whether they're having a good time, whether you're having a good time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it shouldn't be something which is just pushed aside. We're not in Victorian days anymore, are we?
No, definitely. And when was it that you started thinking about sex and realising, oh, okay, I can actually get pleasure from this, and this is something I want?
Maybe 14. Yeah, 13, 14 maybe. Something sort of like, okay, this is like girls aren't just something that you sort of hate or throw mud at sort of thing. It's actually they could be quite good fun. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. And so talk to me about how you're involved in the sex industry.
Weirdly, I've been, how do we put this? I've been told for a long time that I should have been in the sex industry for other reasons, actually.
Is this from partners?
This is from partners.
Wow, okay.
So that's always been something on the back burner, and I've always been quite interested about maybe getting into the sex industry for that purpose. But
sorry. Give me an example.
I think I'm quite well off in that department.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
So
that's what it is.
You can have a go if you want. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's and who doesn't enjoy sex?
Yeah.
And if you enjoy things that you're good at, don't you? So I mean, I suppose I enjoy having sex because it's good fun, and I'm still most of the time I'm all right at it.
But what does make good sex?
Just both of you have. What makes good sex? It's everyone coming at the same time, enjoying at the same time. It's passionate.
Yeah.
You can have slow sex, which is amazing. You can sort of think you might be making love to someone, which is amazing. You can have really dirty, quick, rough sex, and it's amazing. It's just everything about sex is great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything about it is great. Yeah. How I recently became involved vaguely involved in the sex industry. I make tables for a living, oak tables. That's what I do.
Kitchen countertops to be
kitchen.
specific.
Yeah, I do make countertops as well.
Very good. Very good.
And during lockdown, everything slowed down a bit, and I was shitting myself about how the business was going and what was going to happen. So I was looking at other ideas and things that I can do. I thought about making small name tags with offcuts of oak, which I'd normally burn.
Yeah.
And I can do something like mum's bedroom, dad's office, that sort of thing. I started looking online, found on Etsy that there are people that sell these, signs for people's doors.
Yeah.
£5, £7.50. It's not a lot of money. And one of the sites that I found sold exactly the same piece of wood that had Daddy's Girl written on it.
Okay.
And they sold that for £30.
No.
So I thought, hold on a minute.
You're Daddy's girl.
Well, the girl I was dating at the time, she was like, wow, that's a great idea. Yeah, let's make some. Let's try them out.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. Started making these paddles.
Yeah.
And she did a couple of little shots, just holding a paddle with in front of her bum, sort of thing, and popped them up online, and they started to sell a few,
wow.
which was good. That happened. So I started to sell a few paddles. Somehow, in the middle of the COVID, the table business then started to pick up. Completely forgot about it. Forgotten thing. So, again, about a year and a half, 2 years later, business has slowed down again, and I started thinking I need to probably get back into actually trying to make money elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I was having a permitted relationship with a married woman.
Okay.
And I was talking to her husband about this. This wasn't. This wasn't a thing. He didn't watch. Right.
So, that's not the point. I'm still very confused.
No.
So they were in an open relationship.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And he suggested about raising the letters up on these paddles, so now what I do is I make paddles with raised letters, and they have to be printed in reverse because they do actually leave a mark on someone else's bum, or wherever you might want to hit someone.
And it's a pretty hard.
You don't actually have to hit someone that hard to do it. It's not a thing that I'm into.
Yeah. So you don't use them yourself?
I've used them occasionally.
Yeah.
But it's not. I think a bit of a slap and a tickle every now and then is quite good fun.
Okay, and this end you tickle?
That can be used as a little mini flogger if you want to.
Yeah.
Which works quite well. Or you can have a handle on the end. I started doing the raised letter spanking paddles.
Wow.
And they sell a lot.
So tell me where the most popular places that they sell.
Americans are dirty bastards.
Yeah.
And people in the Midlands.
No.
Yeah, so people in the Midlands, I don't know whether they're all bored up there or not. I'd have thought it's... Is there anything to do up north? I don't know.
Apparently.
Spanking. That's what they do. I've done a trade show with spanking paddles.
Wow.
Which I was terrified about going to.
Yeah. How is it? How do you feel selling these items and saying to someone that this is what you do? Because surely you get a lot of odd looks, or people that don't quite understand, or why you'd want to get involved. I
am sort of known now in the local pub as the top spanking Tom, even though I don't spank. But I don't mind, it's okay.
Yeah.
There could be worse nicknames, couldn't there?
No, there could be.
But then also, a couple of years ago, I realised that one of the other locals, he was also known as Dildo Sean. As for a living, he made glass dildos.
Oh.
And we're in a tiny little village in the middle of nowhere.
No way, so we've got it all.
We've got everything down here. We're good, we're lucky.
That's great. And so what would it say on yours?
I think it'd just be my initials, TB.
Okay.
It's an ownership thing.
TB,
I think so. TB.
You messed up there.
I have messed up there. TB. I thought it might be quite good fun for swingers. You can send someone back with your initials on their bum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, do you swing?
Do I swing? No, I don't swing. No. I think if you're in a relationship, if you're to throw anything else into the mix, you're going to be messing your chances of that relationship working.
Okay, so tell me about the open relationship. Well, the open on their part with the marriage.
Yeah.
So do you then look at that and think, oh, well, their relationship won't work because they're throwing people into the mix?
Yeah, I think I can't see how it would work from my personal view on how I think a relationship should work. I can't see how that would work. How much of a future that has.
And what intrigues you to accept the fact they have a partner and they're sleeping with someone else, but they're also sleeping with you?
At the time, it didn't really bother me too much. I don't think I was ready for a committed relationship. I was involved in the business, trying to get the business going, and actually also putting on top of the pressures of a business, the pressures of a relationship was something which I didn't really... I tried to make that work, and it didn't work very well on a 2-year relationship. So actually having a sort of an easy dip in, dip out relationship was actually quite good fun.
Yeah.
And it was right.
Are you a relationship person, or do you like figuring out stuff on your own with multiple people before you even decide to get into a relationship?
I'd like to be a relationship person.
Yeah.
But it's quite hard for me to find the one which I think is going to be right. I tend to jump in and then step back, and then take a look at where I am and where it could be going.
Okay, what do you think you're scared of? Are you scared, or are you just thinking it's not the right time?
I don't know that I'm scared. I just want the relationship. I want to be absolutely right.
Yeah.
And I can be quite picky, and I don't think I've got a right to be picky. I don't think I'm perfect by a long shot.
Well, clearly something's perfect in your package.
Something works, but that's not everything, is it?
Yeah. Is that how you know that they're right? Does the sex have to be amazing for it to be a right relationship?
The sex has to be amazing to know that it's going to last, yes.
Can sex be worked on to become great? Because I always find the second time you sleep with someone is probably the best time. I wouldn't say the first time you don't know what each person likes. It all depends on the person. It all depends on the person that you're seeing. Sometimes the first sex you have with them might be, say, drunken night out sex. May all be the best sex that you're going to have with them because it's so new and so exciting. And then after that, it can become more of a monotonous thing. And then you're in the wrong relationship. Something which I think it needs to be good to start with. As in, and you can see that there's going to be progress, and it can lead to other things, more exciting things. And then, it does grow. How do you keep sex alive in a relationship? Or maybe that's what you haven't figured out.
Maybe that is something I haven't figured out. I haven't figured it out, have I? So I can't answer the question. If it's a good relationship, it keeps going. The sex does keep going, and you both enjoy having good sex. But I think a lot of stuff goes on in my head when I'm having sex with someone, and if I'm not committed in my mind to that person, then the sex can be. You're constantly. It's in the back of your mind whilst you're having sex. It's like, okay, but am I sure about this relationship? Is this right relationship? So my own mind games can be quite head fuck sometimes.
But then when you say there's a lot of stuff going in your head, is it mostly about this person, or is it thinking, oh, I've got this stress with work, I've got this going on?
It's the person.
It's the person. Yeah.
And I think when those mind games start to happen, that's when you're sort of towards. Well, when I know I'm sort of towards the end of the relationship.
Okay. And so, what is the biggest, what's the word? The ultimate deal breaker in a relationship?
I think maybe being too needy.
Okay.
From someone. I like someone who's got their own. Who's strong-minded and has got their own thing going on.
Yeah.
And something which I can respect. I think, you know what, lack of respect.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think.
But can you be needy in the bedroom? Is that a good thing?
Oh yeah, and you can both be needy in the bedroom as well. You can take turns. Yeah, I need to respect the person that I'm seeing, and whether it's with their career that they're doing or in their personal life and their personal achievements. Yeah. But there needs to be something which I'm just like, wow, you know, you're amazing.
Yes.
And that's brilliant, and that rarely happens.
Yeah.
To me, and I have dated some lovely and some amazing people, but it's not. Doesn't always happen for everything isn't always amazing and wow for me.
Do you think there's a time ticking for when you need to get into a relationship and settle down?
You're saying I'm old, aren't you?
No, I don't think there is time that you can keep doing whatever you like at all ages.
Yeah, there is, and I am concerned. I was thinking, am I like nearly the oldest person to come on here? I might be.
No, my grandma was 80.
Oh, brilliant. Oh,
yeah.
What's she doing? Is she single?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, okay,
perfect for you.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
I am aware that time's running out because I would love to be in a relationship with someone. I want to have a best friend and someone to grow old with and not have any more children with. I'm done with children now.
Yeah.
And I am aware that time is running out, but I don't want to just, to commit to someone, to anyone random. It needs to be absolutely everything, all the bells and whistles.
And were you with your children's mother?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, one child who's 18 now.
Wow.
We were together for 3 years before we split up. Unfortunately, we weren't in love.
I see.
And we tried to give it our best shot, and it didn't work.
And so, how have you built a relationship with your child that, especially when you are seeing multiple other people, is it something that you have had a conversation with them, saying, okay, you'll see these other partners around, or do you not involve them at all with the other partners?
I try not to introduce her to anyone unless I think it's something which might have some legs. Hopefully they've got legs. I mean, I'm not totally against it, but it would be nice. I think she's used to me introducing her to. She's maybe met 4 or 5 girlfriends in 10 or 15 years. Okay. Maybe 5 or 6 girlfriends, but and she's quite happy. I've just started dating someone recently, and it's the summer holidays. My daughter's staying with me at the moment, and I did say to her at the start of the holidays, it's like, I have started to date someone. Yeah. You might meet her. Yeah. But we are just dating. We haven't worked out if we're going to be a girlfriend, a boyfriend, or a long-term situation. And she said, "Oh, Dad, that's fine. I understand now. It's not like like when I was younger and I thought this is going to be my new mum." You know, that thing. So she's cool about it.
That's amazing, though, that they've had that they have that feeling and thought, because not a lot of children do when it comes to their parents and thinking that their parents are sleeping around. And
I've always tried to be as open as possible, and speaking to my daughter as an adult as much as possible, and her mum does exactly the same as well. Yeah. So I think we've produced quite a very nice, well-rounded girl.
Definitely.
And
how do you feel about her potentially sleeping with other people?
She's old enough. She's 18. She's old enough to do what she wants to do. I thought she might have shagged someone this weekend, and I'm a bit disappointed because I don't think she did. Because he's a nice lad, actually.
That's great.
Well, she told me she didn't. They came to a wedding, and he gave her a lift home, and I came home the next day, and I was like, oh, so did he stay over? And she's like, oh yeah, but I slept on the sofa. I told him he could have the bed. And I was like, no. So really? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh. I didn't do that to my daughter, but I was a bit disappointed because he's a nice lad, actually.
So what do you look for your child?
I don't think I have looked for it for my child yet.
Yeah.
As something to point out. but if there was something on the list, he would tick some of the boxes.
Yeah.
He seems polite. He seems well mannered.
Yeah.
I don't know him very well, but he's not one of the sort of drunken lads in the pub.
Yeah.
Sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. No, I get that.
So it's someone that would treat her nicely.
Very good. Hey, you sexy bunch. Thank you so much for your continued support on the Under the Sheets podcast. Did you know that only 10% of viewers actually subscribe to the show? It would be amazing if you could subscribe and do your thing, share it, to get the message out there and to educate more people. Thank you so much. Enjoy the show and keep talking dirty. Big love. We're completely changing the gear. I'm going to ask you, have you ever been to a sex party?
No. I mean, I've been to parties where there's been a suggestion of something happening.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm much of a performer of doing something in front of other people.
Okay.
Really. If what happens in the bedroom sort of stays, well, not in the bedroom, it stays all over the house, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But it's...
Remind me to wear gloves next time.
It's not a spectator sport,
okay.
so to speak.
So that isn't your thing to put. You've never made a sex tape.
We've done. There've been sort of attempts at it, but that's
Just
drunken sex tapes as such.
Do you watch technique?
It probably wouldn't bode well for it if I ever did do porn, would it? Yeah. Also, I think I'm a bit too large nowadays. I could be the fat bloke that has sex.
Hey, that's some people's kink.
Yeah.
I'm sure. And do you feel self-conscious about your body?
Oh yeah, very.
Okay.
Yeah. I've as in the last 10 years, I'd say so. And,
Why?
Why? I'm bigger than I'd like to be, but I also like going to the pub and drinking beer. And I love food.
Yeah.
Love cooking food, love eating food.
Well, maybe you just need to do sex more for exercise.
Sexercise is what I call it.
Yeah. And how do you overcome feelings of self-consciousness?
Buy bigger clothes.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Although every year I think I've still got clothes from 10 years ago in my wardrobe going, I'm going to fit into that shirt again.
Yeah.
I am going to fit into that shirt again, but it never happens. Never happens. Every time there's a wedding, you have to go and buy a new suit because you're that bit fatter.
Yeah. Do you look at body image when you're looking for a girl?
Yeah, and it's. I'm very aware that I do it, and I try not to do it. But I like to date someone who's got what I think is a nice bum.
Okay.
Who's got what I think are nice boobs. Who I think is pretty. I don't like all the sort of pumped up faces. And over makeup at all. I'd like to wake up to a girl and in the morning she looks like she did the next day. The night beforehand. Too much makeup is a no-no, definitely.
Yeah. Are you boob or bum kind of guy?
Both, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought I was a boob man, but I've realised I'm a bit of a bum man now as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but they can vary. I mean, it's petite and a little bit larger. They're all nice.
Okay. And the best technique for using boobs and using bums?
Never
thought I'd say that.
It's nice. It's nice to have both bum cheeks in the hand.
Okay.
That's quite a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
And I was listening to the earlier cast talking about digits in bums. I quite like putting a digit up a girl's bum.
That a digit up a girl's bum?
Yeah, just a finger up a bum.
Oh, a finger! I thought you had like a...
Not a number, like the number one.
No, I thought you meant like a big sex toy or something sticking up there.
No, actually occasionally, maybe.
Yeah.
And boobs, best use for boobs? I don't like them too big.
Yeah,
don't like them too big. I like to know where the boobs are. I like to know where the nipples are going to be. Sometimes it can be quite hard work trying to find a nipple somewhere.
What do you get it confused with the belly button?
No, that's a bit too far. Those are big tits if they're down there, aren't they?
Yeah. Okay, I get that. Yeah, and your use of sex toys massive?
It varies. Some girls you might not use a sex toy at all. Others,
Do you think it adds to the bedroom using a sex toy?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it all depends what sort of sex you're having. but there are times when there are essential. Some girlfriends they might need to have a sex toy for 5-10 minutes before any sex can happen.
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
So hang on. So someone says, "Can I have 5 minutes to use a sex toy?"
Oh no, I might be using it with them rather than using it by themselves.
Okay.
Or I might get told off and told I'm using it completely in the wrong place, and then let me do it, and it's like, oh okay.
Oh, go on. What's happened there?
That has happened. Yeah, it has happened before.
Can you give me an example?
She's needed to warm up, and told me and I was instructed what to do, where to do it. It was almost like a military operation having sex. It was very unsexy.
Right. Okay.
It's she needed to warm up before anything could go anywhere near her.
Yeah.
It just sex wasn't really sexy.
Okay.
But then as soon as she got drunk, it was fucking mental.
I can imagine.
Scars, marks, bites, everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you like it aggressive?
No, I'd like it. I said to her, it's like, can we just get something in the middle, please? It's either all don't touch me, all out, that hurts, or it's I'm being eaten alive. And I come out battered and bruised.
Yeah.
And it's like, we just need to meet in the middle, please. And she just couldn't sort of do it, really.
Wow. Okay. What's the craziest thing you've done in the bedroom?
I don't know.
There's too many. But what do you want?
No, I don't know. There have been lots of different things, I suppose.
There's not a specific thing for you if you're like, oh, if you do this, this will get me going.
Yeah, I suppose a little digit up my bum, although that's as big as it gets.
Okay. Not even two.
No, it's definitely one-way traffic.
Yeah.
But a bit of lube, and I suppose a digit can go out there, and it does. Sam, you need to do this. He probably does. He probably didn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
Everyone's had a little bit of a bum experiment. It hits the spot, actually.
I'm glad to hear it. So how do you approach the subject of saying, look, I really wouldn't mind if you put a finger up my bum? How do you, or vice versa?
Oh, you know what? In all honesty, I think I've been too embarrassed to say it. I think if they do it, I just don't say no.
Yeah.
I think I'd be too embarrassed to actually ask it.
But then do you need to ask to do it to them?
No, I'll just go to do it, and then if they don't want a finger up the bum, then they'll push my hand away or say no.
Yeah.
But if they do, then you carry on.
Yeah.
And I think I've rarely had anyone say no. So.
Wow.
Maybe
people like it than you think. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Very interesting. Have you ever been caught in a compromising situation?
14 years old, probably. Mum walks into your bedroom, having a wank roll over straight onto a hard-on. Jesus Christ. And blowjobs on holiday in France with your girlfriend, and the daughter walks in. I think actually she had two daughters, I had a daughter, and I think every child caught us at one point in time having sex.
Wow.
Or doing something.
You're doing something. How's this happened?
Not locking the door. I don't know. Maybe having too much sex.
It's because you're doing it all around the house.
Maybe.
Doing it in the kids' bedroom.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you ever caught someone else?
No, I don't think so. My parents split up when I was in my teens, and my stepbrother and I spent quite a while listening to my dad and his mother having sex in the bedroom upstairs from us. That was just embarrassing.
Yeah.
And a canal boat holiday once where the children, my stepbrother, myself, my stepsister and sister, we're at one end of the canal boat, and I don't think my parents realised that if they're having sex at the other end of the boat's doing the counter movements. And it was every single night for 7 nights.
Wow.
We were aware when our parents were having sex, which wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was funny the first night, but after that, it just gets a bit like.
See, I would say you should have learnt to, from that experience, you would have learnt to be careful, but clearly not with the amount of people that are walking into you.
Yeah, maybe, but sometimes you've just got to have sex, haven't you? Even if it is risky.
Yeah, definitely. So sex is definitely very important in a relationship.
Yeah.
And do you think that it matters that does your sex drive have to be on the same wavelength as your partner's sex drive?
Yes. But then it's quite funny when sometimes when if I'm out of a relationship, I can not think about sex for 2 or 3 weeks quite happily sometimes.
Yeah.
But then also sometimes if I'm in a relationship, I might not want to have sex on an evening, and I could sometimes worry about the fact that maybe she does want to have sex, but I don't.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're quite happy just watching TV and going to bed. You've got a busy day. You might have a headache.
And when you're in a relationship, how often should you be having sex, do you think?
Probably every time. Okay, so my dating at the moment, it's the people that I'm dating generally have children as well.
Yeah.
And you can't have sex every time you see each other because there may be children around or that will hear things going on.
Yeah.
So if I was living with someone, every other day, if you're having sex every other day, that's a good sex life.
Yeah.
If it's a long-term thing, then maybe if you're having, if you're sort of 2-3 years down the line, then maybe if you're having sex, twice a week, I think that's I think that's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Have you noticed your sex drive has changed as you've gotten older?
Yes.
Yeah. In what sense?
It's slowed down. It's one of the most important things in a relationship. And it has to be good for a relationship to work, but it's probably not the most important thing. The most important thing is, I think, actually having a best friend, someone that you can bounce ideas off, someone that you can be completely open and honest with. Mm-hmm. We all have self-doubt in life. Probably the most robust out there and cocky, showy-offy person and confident-looking person has got doubt in their lives, and you need to have someone that you can actually sort of open up and properly connect with about that.
No, definitely. And do you think sex is good for your mental health?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Expand.
I think mental health is, for me, it's a lack of confidence in yourself, anxiety, and having sex with someone, knowing that someone wants to have sex with you, is something which does boost your confidence. Mm-hmm. I think dating these days has become quite. It's a throwaway thing these days, isn't it? Especially with online dating. Mm-hmm. Swipe left, swipe right, swipe left, swipe right, and you can wake up one morning and have 10 likes. Yeah. You can go through 2 weeks and have no likes at all, and that can affect you. I think the first time I ever used Tinder, I split up with my daughter's mum and moved back down to London, and Tinder had come out in 3 years, and signed up to Tinder, thought, oh my God, this is amazing, this is great. And I matched with a girl and we're having a conversation over 3-4 days maybe, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is brilliant. You're going to be my next girlfriend. This is wonderful. I woke up one morning and she just disappeared. And I was like, what the fuck happened there? I thought we were going to, it's like, I didn't understand this whole throwaway policy of dating apps, and that it's just so easy to do things. And I was like sort of heartbroken from this girl that I'd never even met. And it was just like, fuck.
Wow.
And so, and life goes on like that. And it's online dating has been really good fun. Yeah. And it's also just shit, catfishing people, photos of them, when they're 10 years earlier and 2 stone lighter.
Yeah. And do you use the app Field?
Oh, I have been on feld.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Is it field or is it feld? Is it field or is it feld?
I'd say field because it's 2 E's, but it's not IE, obviously.
Yeah. I've been on feld. I've met one person on feld.
Because I think that app to me is fascinating because you can put your kinks and your fetishes in, and say that what kind of relationship you want, whether you're in an open relationship or want to be with a couple. Yeah. And I think it's fascinating.
The thing is I don't understand all the different acronyms of the different fetishes. That's just confusing. Yeah. And so I don't think I have any particular kinks. I just like good sex, and good sex can, it could involve a bit of a slap and a tickle. But some of the people that ask to buy these, I've had someone ask for a metal one. Can I do it with metal letters in which they can heat up? Wow. It's like that's like sadomasochism. What's it called? Sadomasochism. Sadomasochism. Thank you. And people wanting to make someone bleed on their bum. I don't get that. And
so this is amazing that you don't use them in your own bedroom.
No, I do occasionally, but it's and it's a bit of fun, but it's not something which I'm definitely not one who gets spanked myself. Yeah, I know how much it hurts.
What's the best technique for these?
It's
a flick of a wrist?
It's amazing. It's amazing how much it. How well it works actually. If you go too hard, it will hurt, and you may draw blood. But it can sometimes last 2 or 3 weeks. Wow. The marking on your bum. Yeah. It's just a quick.
Jesus. Made me jump.
I think I pulled a face then as well.
We're gonna zoom in thumbnail completely. Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, just a quick slap, and it seems to work. Seems to. Yeah. I don't think anyone has ever sent any back because they're broken. I think they might be too embarrassed.
And it's only for bottoms. Is that what you do it on, or is it for?
I'm imagining so. I don't know. I don't know where else. I don't know if you want to get slapped around the face.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah.
Where were we? I don't know. Kinks. Yeah. I don't think I have that many kinks as such. Yeah. But I mean, if it's good, I like it.
Yeah.
And someone can open my eyes to something new, and I might think that's amazing.
And how do you find most of the people you date now? Is it mostly from your online dating, or not?
Yeah, that tends to be the only way sort of you go dating these days is by meeting people online. Yeah. There's an awful lot of catfishing out there. Far too much to even bother.
Are you concerned about age gap?
Ish.
Okay.
Okay. So too much older than me? No. I've just started to date someone, and she is 17 years younger than me. Okay. She's great though. This is. It says "Daddy" on your cover. Look, can you just see that? Look. And I'm a little bit confused because she is 17 years younger than me. Yeah. But she's actually really, really nice. And I'm quite conscious of the fact that as I get older, if it was to go into a full-blown relationship thing, when I get to 70, she'll be 53. Yeah. There's a big difference between a 70-year-old and a 53-year-old. Mm-hmm. But on the same side of things, she's really nice, and there are little things which she does which are endearing. Yeah. I'm loading up the dishwasher. She's not just sat on the sofa doing nothing. She'll come up and just help me load the dishwasher. And it's just a nice gesture. Yeah. You go.
But then do you not?
Why is that funny?
Do you not think that people your age also can do that?
No, they can do, but sometimes they'll sit around and do nothing. We're going out for a meal, and she'll offer to pay because I pay for the last meal. Yeah. Because I do think it is a two-way street these days. And I've dated people where they expect you to pay for everything. Yeah. And when I was growing a business and financially struggling, it's like, well, how can I pay for everything? It's like I can't. And why do you want to go to this restaurant? Why can't we go to McDonald's? Not that we went to McDonald's. Finding someone that can that doesn't expect to be treated like royalty. It's life can be hard for her and for me. If I'm earning more money than you are, I'll pay for more things. If you're earning more money for me, no, I don't expect you to pay for more things, don't expect me to pay for everything because I might not be able to.
Yes,
and we might not be able to go out for dinner every night of the week.
We're going to go to audience questions now.
Oh, God, right,
See if we've got any in here. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, what is the highest number of partners that you've entertained at the same time?
2.
Okay.
Yeah, 2, a couple of times, 2 girls.
Yeah. A good thing?
It's quite hard work to keep 2 girls entertained.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it one hand, or are they doing stuff to each other?
Well, they've been doing stuff to each other. I've been inside whilst your tongue can hurt after a while as well, can't it? That hurts. Too much of that. Too much of that, yeah, you can't talk the next day.
Wow, okay, interesting.
You've got to try and give them as much.
What's your technique for going down on a lady?
I don't know. Is there a technique? I think it varies.
Okay.
It varies.
Yeah.
It can be a repetitive motion. It can be lots of different tongue movements, all sorts of things. Trying to find the sweet spot for them. And hopefully them guiding you into where the sweet spot is. Because you don't want to be doing something if it's doing nothing for them. Then what's the point?
Yeah. No, I completely get that. Have you ever paid for sex or been paid for sex?
Been paid for sex? Yeah, all the time. No, never. No, I think sometimes when you go out on dates, you are paying for sex sometimes because it does feel like it.
Okay.
It does feel like it.
On the first date, sleeping with them?
Sometimes it can all depend.
But does it mean that they mean something different to you or not? It just means the date's gone well.
Sometimes it might feel like it's too an easier thing, and that there might not be any more legs to it after that. And I think sometimes you may both know that what you're doing is you're just going to go and have sex afterwards. Yeah. If you meet and as soon as there's instantly a spark, and you're like, actually, I quite fucking like you, and I can tell you like me. So shall we have dinner? And where the fuck are we going to go after this? Yours or mine?
Wow.
And that's it. And that can be. And some of the best sex I've had has been one night stand sex.
Yeah.
Because. You just there's no limit. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You don't really care about what they're going to think of you the next day. Or
I was going to say, I think sometimes one night stands are better because you don't have to care about seeing them again necessarily. Yeah. Sex on the first night happens sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. It can be date 3 or 4 sometimes when you have sex. And if it is date 3 or 4 and it's disappointing, that's a pain in the arse, isn't it? Yeah.
You've committed, and then it's shit sex.
Yeah.
It's like, great. And then how do you tell them then? What? So sometimes I think it's better to get the sex over and done with quickly.
Yeah.
And then you say, right, brilliant. That's good. We can work on that that's a good foundation.
Yeah. And what is shit sex?
What is shit sex? Boring sex. I worked my way up through a house once when I was living in London, and I think as you went through the floors of the house, the girls got better looking, and by the time I got to the top floor, she was a lawyer, and she looked just like Carmen Electra. She was, in my mind at the time, stunning. Yeah. And it was the worst sex. I thought the sex on the ground floor was better than the sex on the top floor.
Oh, really? So did you
she just lay there. She just lay there, doing nothing. And ground floor sex, she was lovely, absolutely amazing. I mean, not ugly, but it was fun, spontaneous. Yeah. And exciting. Yeah. And top floor sex was just. I suppose shagging a plastic blow-up doll.
Sure, should love to hear that.
It was a long time ago. I can't remember the names.
If you worked in the porn industry, what would be a big no-no?
Anything to do with another cock. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you haven't been pegged?
No.
No.
No. A girlfriend once suggested that we should do that, and she was looking at these pegging devices.
Wow.
And they all look like cocks, and it's like, absolutely not. No, nothing, anything like that is going anywhere near my bum.
Well, I see. You know what? I think you might be quite into it if it happened.
No, fingers okay. Definitely no. It's
Yeah.
And I've got quite a tight arse.
Yeah.
For a finger to get in there, it can be a challenge sometimes. So I don't
Just
know.
this one.
Yeah. So I don't know how anything else is going to get anywhere near there.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I have done a threesome with another guy before.
Go on.
Yeah, actually, and it was when you could feel, because so we were it was a double penetration thing on the girl, and it was when our balls were slapping together. That's when it went a bit weird for me. Yeah.
Did you go soft?
I think I just came out altogether, and it's like, okay, I think I'll let you do your thing.
Wait, hang on. I'm really confused how this works. So hang on. Girls on all fours.
I don't even know how we were doing it. I was so pissed.
Hang on, because I'm confused how your balls will touch.
No, there were. Well,
up the arse.
Up the arse, and it's like. But
also, I was thinking one in the mouth.
Also, one in the ear.
No, one in the mouth.
One in the butt.
One in the butt.
How's that double penetration?
Well, it says it is. It's a hole.
It's a different double penetration.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Right. Yeah. Go on, and you.
But you can also feel them inside them as well, because there's not a lot of skin between the bum and the.
Wow.
Is there, and that was I was just like, yeah, I think it probably only lasted like sort of maybe 5 or 6 seconds whilst that was going on. I was like, this is a bit too much for me to deal with.
I think, poor woman, how is she going to deal with that? That's amazing.
I don't know. She might have been having a lovely time. I don't know. Yeah, that was drunk a long time ago, 25, 30 years ago, I expect.
Well, will you do it sober again and then come tell me the story?
I don't know.
Like it better this time.
I don't know. No, definitely not with a girlfriend. A girlfriend is a solo sex act only, I think. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does being a DJ enhance your sexual prowess?
It's not a glamorous thing.
Okay.
No, it's so I started DJing about a year or so ago, and all of my friends were like, "Oh God, Tom, yeah, you're gonna love it." And the ladies, you know what? You're out of the pub or the club. You're the last person out there. Like everyone's fucked off home. Even your mates have fucked off home. Yeah. And it's like brilliant. And it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you've got to go home by yourself, and you're just knackered. It's At the time, it looks like a glamorous thing. It's not. It's not.
No, okay, I get that.
It's good fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah, good fun, but definitely not one for the ladies. I think I probably need to go on early and on in the night, and then it'll be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Or it'd be cool to. I wonder if you could sneakily have sex behind the DJ kit. Yeah,
that would work well. Yeah, nip off to the toilets for a quick shag, but put on a long song.
Also. Yeah. Or someone giving you a blowjob whilst you're.
Yeah, the decks, everything I've got at the moment, setup-wise, it's all see-through, so let's see exactly what was going on. It would be a sex show, DJ sex show.
Have you ever been to a sex show?
No, I don't think I have done.
Yeah.
I've been to strip clubs for stag do's, and I just don't get it. I don't get why people go and sort of pay money.
Okay.
To not have sex with someone. It's like, why don't you just go out on a date and pull someone, and then you can have sex, rather than throwing money at some random stranger who's actually not really that good looking.
Are you still interested in going into the sex industry in another way, since you suggested that you were told?
I still might be, yeah.
What would you do?
I don't know.
Well, it's all set up. We can go now.
Right, so this bit might end up getting cut from it. I've been talking to the new girlfriend about who's got the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And we have said that she's like, yeah, well, you know what? We could make a lot of money doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like £1,000 a day in earnings from doing a piece. It's like, look, I can't have my face on it though.
You could take your face out.
I don't. We need to find some kind of AI tracking to sort of mask your face.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm totally up for that. Totally up for it.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. But it's like it's just setting up cameras, isn't it? Setting up lights and all this sort of hit and go at the same time. And,
do you think it would help with your self-consciousness?
I don't think it would do anything for the self-confidence at all. Do something with the bank account. She's earning a fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she doesn't do anything with other people. Well, she does girl and girl stuff. That's it. Yeah. I'm up for it. And if my daughter found out, I think she'd be like, yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah. And how do you feel about her doing it?
If she was doing it with another bloke, I think I'd feel different. If she was doing it as a solo, look at my feet sort of thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe she can send some of her knickers and get £500 for it.
Yeah.
Which is, it'd be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's sensible enough not to get herself into any sort of trouble or do anything with anyone that she shouldn't do.
Yes, yeah. And have you ever had to have a safe word? And if you haven't, what would it be?
Margaret Thatcher. That would be a proper turn-off as well, wouldn't
That's
it?
not your celebrity crush?
No. So the safe word would definitely be Margaret Thatcher, because I think that would just stop anyone from doing anything sexual ever again. And I think I have had a safe word with a partner before. I can't remember what it was and in what sort of format we were having sex to have a safe word. It wouldn't have been asphyxiation, would it? Because she wouldn't have been able to say anything. So, not sure.
And lastly, can you do your best cum face? Is that it?
No. I don't know. I can't give you a cum face. Absolutely not. I was hospitalised recently from coming.
Hang on, this show can't end. What do you mean?
I got something called a thunderclap headache.
What does this mean?
And it was as I came, I could almost feel it building. And as I came, it felt like someone had smacked me over the back of the head with a sack of bricks. And it's happened to me over the last 12, 15 years, maybe 15 or 20 times. And my new partner, she looked, it's a completely debilitating headache, and it comes out of nowhere.
And so
she actually Googled this, and I've never Googled it before because it's normally I might have been hungover from the night beforehand or something.
Yeah.
And just think that's just a punishment thing from being hungover and drinking too much the night beforehand. She looked up and Googled it, and every single Google page we found said call an ambulance. So I went into hospital and I had to explain to all of the doctors and nurses how it happened.
So did you have to get an ambulance as well?
They said they're going to send an ambulance, but no, I got a lift to the hospital.
So it's something that you just can't move. Like, why does it happen?
They don't actually know. I'm still waiting for the neurology department to get in touch with me about it. So I've been given some pills to take if I think and if I feel anything's going to happen, or if I think I might be in a situation.
So is that every time you have sex?
So I don't have to take a blue diamond every time I have sex. I have to take a headache pill just before I have sex. Just in case it happens again.
Wow.
And
what does it say online, that it's just to do with your blood pressure and things like that, or?
There could be all sorts of different causes for it, and they don't know what it is. I mean, the NHS were great at the time. Bless the NHS, absolutely amazing. But when I get actually properly seen, it could be 2 months, it could be 6 months. We'll see. But we've got sort of precautionary measures. So at the moment, I am maybe taking a slightly less involved role in sex with a new partner, just to make sure it doesn't really happen again.
Well, good luck. I hope it doesn't.
So do I.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one hell of a
Imagine
pun.
if you can't ever... Was it worth
Passed out.
Yeah, was it worth it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll
You do it all again.
Yeah.
That's so good. I do have a present for you coming on the show. I do have a T-shirt, and it feels very perfect for you.
Thank you very much.
Real men eat ass.
They do. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. This is Tom, everyone.
Good. Thank you.
So good.
Thank you.
If you want to be part of the show, whether it's on bed or as an audience member, please go to www.dirtytalkofficial.com and click Get Involved. Can't wait to see ya. Laugh about it. Give it to me, baby. Learn about it. Love it or hate it. Let's do it. Under the Sheets with Tatiana Ashbourne and friends.